Hi, my little gremlins, it's Fana, and thank you so much for watching. Do you guys remember Faye? You know, like, my favorite doll ever that Blank Space Dolls stole from me! Because it was a swap and I had to give her to him. Anyway, I wanted to create another Faye. So, my girl, Sarah, from Sugar Lump Gift Shop, hooked me up with another Bonita femur. And off on another gremlin adventure we go. Because, you know, you're all asking for it, apparently. Now, all I knew is I wanted to make Faye a sister. A much more sinister sister. So, I took the same inspiration board as before and added some stuff onto it. Going with a lot of like dark smeared makeup and a lot of stuff going around the neck like ruffs and stuff. These doodles are very rough and clearly show that I didn't really know where I was going with this design despite the endless notes that are there. Before we start the video officially, I just want to let you guys know that I am having a sale on my dolls, a lot of them that you've actually seen being made here on this channel. All the prices and more details are in the description because I don't really want to take too much of your time here. And yes, this doll today will also be for sale, so let's get customizing. After removing the face paint and hair, I decided to reroute with the exact same yarn as Faye's. Hey, I mean, like I said, I'm doing an evil twin / sister vibe, so actually a lot of this is going to be repeat, so I'm just going to go quickly through it. Once done rerouting and the glue securing the hair inside the head had dried, I rubber band a few sections of thick rerouted hair off to keep it separate, 2 on each side of the head. I knew I wanted fishtail braids, but I wasn't quite sure where, so 2 on each side's fine. Now it is time to sculpt some ears out of epoxy sculpt like last time using an armature wire as the base. This gremlin's ears are a little bit differently shaped. Don't know if I like them as much, but gets the job done. Once these have dried, they got 2 coats of paint. I almost gave this gremlin some wings, but I really love the tail concept, so she got a hole drilled into her butt. Instead of Faye's tail floop, this girl got a spike, which also got a tail job when dry. It ended up being a little too heavy, but I think it's still a really cool aesthetic. Time for the body blushing, which, same as Faye, dark pink pastels to emphasize the amazingly creepy body sculpt, and gold mica glitter slathered, delicately dusted on top. After securing everything with a layer of Mr. Super Clear, it was time for the face-up. The face-up was primarily done with watercolor pencils, micro glitter, and pastels, and acrylic paint. I really contemplated giving this doll like gold dripping out of her eyes, but instead I went with some black stuff because that's totally more subdued than gold tears. I don't know. Man, though, when I say I fought with this face, I mean her one eye. That eye went through so many iterations. We went from X's in both eyes, with like the color swapped, to then being X's and O's because this doll just screams like hugs and kisses. Let's count this as my Valentine's Day doll, okay? Somehow we moved from the pink and yellow now being on the same areas on both eyes, and just a black iris with a yellow pupil, and then somehow the sclera turned magenta again. We settled on something eventually. This doll also got fangs, and I had to stop myself from gold blood dripping off of those too. I guess when I said I wanted her to be sinister, I apparently meant it. When I was finally finished, she got one last spray of Mr. Super Clear and gloss on her lips and waterline. And, you thought Faye had some pretty extreme lashes? Yeah, she must have gotten that from her sister. Big fluffy lashes for this gremlin. And with that, her face is done. Okay, the outfit. So we went with the same fabrics as Faye, but unlike Faye, we did not go in with a plan. Well, we told ourselves we had a plan. We didn't know what the plan was, but there was a plan. So after fiddling with it for a while, I decided to start just draping fabric like crazy and pinning and sewing wildly as I went. I was also tearing and cutting away at it. Chaotic. That's, chaotic is this outfit, but it's perfect. Originally, I was going to do this whole, collar ruffle thingy, but then I accordion folded this sheer fabric and put it behind her head as, a giant bow of sorts, and it works. It's wild. It's out there. It's perfect. So I just added some more of the gold glitter from the gold glitter. So I just added some more of the gold fabric from the skirt. Now, this might be a little controversial, but she doesn't have a top. I think her body mods are intricate enough as is, and I think she's a magical creature that is a free spirit and doesn't need real clothes. I mean, have you seen the rest of her outfit? She feels sexy, and I don't blame her. I did string some pearl bead strands to give her a little bit of coverage, but, she's fine. My coworker gifted me some amazing lantern earrings, so I decided to give one to the gremlin because it is the perfect doll size, and my coworker probably didn't see me using them in this way. I also strung a gear that she probably stole from her sister and some pearls next to the lantern. I wrapped some gold wire around her forearm of one arm and the upper arm of another. I also decided she needed a little lace garter because what's one more fabric texture in this bunch? As I was looking through my shoe collection, I found these perfect gladiator sandals. I was originally going to put her in boots like her sister, but decided that the sandals were better. All I did was cut off the topmost strap. They were just too tall for me, but I did repurpose one of them as part of the garter. The colors were already near perfect, so all I did was tone down the hot pink heel by dry brushing it with gold paint, and I added on a little pearl detail in the front. With some jewelry on her tail and a giant pearl to be a ring, her outfit is complete. I wrapped her hair up in a bun like this just to get it out of the way, but then I really, really liked it. So I just made some loose fishtail braids and wrapped them around her head as a headband. I was going to have this wild, extravagant hairstyle, but something simple like this toned it down a little bit more. And with that, my second gremlin is done. This gremlin is not Faye. I wanted her to have the same energy as Faye because I wanted to keep her, but no, she went in a vastly different direction. So even though I do love her very much, she will also be up for sale. I have named her Mal, which is short for Malice, because let's be honest, she is a very bad little gremlin. Her sister is mischievous, but Mal is downright a little nasty. I hope you liked this video. Please be sure to check out my Instagram fanastyfinder for whips and other shenanigans, especially in my story. Also, make sure to check out my community tab. I occasionally post stuff there too. Please also look at the doll sale in the description down below. I hope you have a phenomenal day and keep being extraordinary. Bye!